Hi wonderful humans! Today we are going to talk about how to prevent tanning. So recently I went on a trek with this handsome boy. He is my aunt's dog, and on this trek I wanted to enjoy and I didn't want to care about if I would tan or not. So this is the routine that I followed and it works. So let's start with the first step. It is to start with a clean face. So please cleanse your face before we start. The second thing is to use a very good serum which has antioxidants. I am using the PLUM vitamin C serum because it gave me great results, and vitamin C, as we know, is a strong antioxidant. You can also use other antioxidants, or you can use niacinamide if you want, but I would suggest use a vitamin C serum. Apply it everywhere on your face and then wait for a few minutes before we move on to the next step. And don't forget your neck. Now the next step is to use my first sunscreen. Yes, my first sunscreen. This is the FIXDERMA Shadow Gel. This is SPF 30. For this step, I would recommend using something which is very light, almost like a moisturizer, but with some SPF in it. I would recommend nothing less than 30 SPF. And be generous with this step because this step is going to give you the SPF and you can use the amount that you want as the texture is really good. Okay, so now I'm going to rub the sunscreen in. Make sure that you apply it on the neck as well. I'm going to concentrate on the nose and under eye and also my lips because that is where I get tanned. Hello, let's move on to the next step. Once the FIXDERMA sunscreen has been completely absorbed, after like 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to apply the REEQUIL Ultra Matte Gel. This is SPF 50. This is my second step of sunscreen. Now I'm using this because REEQUIL has done a study and they have seen that the SPF written on the label is actually what we get inside. So I'm quite confident using the sunscreen. Make sure that you do all the shenanigans and use 3 fingertips. And this step is important now. Make sure that you apply 3 fingertips to your face and your neck. Many people just use it on your face and that can be too much grease on your face. Okay, the second important thing is to take your sunscreen and apply it all over your face before mixing it so that you know that you're covering the whole area of your face. Okay, so just take your sunscreen, apply it everywhere. Now just spread your sunscreen around on your face to make sure that the whole area of your face is covered. Once you're done, check your whole face and see if you've missed any areas. Okay, and apply the remaining sunscreen on your neck and then you just spread it around on your face so that the whole sunscreen covers your face. Now as you can see here, I've missed this area, so I'm just going to apply sunscreen there. Yeah, reminiscent of the Fair and Lovely days, right? At this point, I would recommend to start mixing the sunscreen in and wait for it to get absorbed. Don't forget your ears, your neck, your décolletage. And after this step, I would recommend that you wait for 15 to 20 minutes before you move on to the next step. Now the next step is again a sunscreen, but we are not going to use it over our full face. I'm using the NIVEA SPF 50 because again I've seen that this sunscreen works for tanning. What I'm going to do here is only apply this sunscreen on the parts that get tanned a lot for my face. Like wherever you get a lot of tanning or melasma, use this extra step for that area. I get tanning over my under eyes, lips and also the upper part of my nose. As you can see, I have hyperpigmentation there and a little on my forehead also. So I'm just going to use this one extra step for those areas. This one leaves a little bit of a white cast, so make sure that you give the sunscreen time to settle down. Then make sure that you apply sunscreen on your body, on the parts that are exposed. One problem that I've seen with this method is that a lot of sunscreen that can deposit in the fine lines under my eye and also on the edge of my nose. So I make sure that I blend that around once the sunscreen has been absorbed. And if you think that your face is a little greasy now, you can always go on with a powder. I did not use it when I went on the trek because I absolutely cannot use any makeup before any physical activity, otherwise it would be breakout station. Use this method and tell me if it works for you guys as it did for me. Bye bye.